Okay, in this class we'll discuss features of Python. Python has various features. One is simple and easy to learn. Second one, it is freeware. Third one, high level, it is a high level programming language. And that too, it is platform independent. And it has one more feature called portability. And Python uses dynamically typed programming language. I'll tell you one by one. And it has few more features. That is, it is both procedure oriented and object oriented. And one more feature, I'll discuss one by one. Let me type first. Then it is an interpreted. Next one, extensible. Next feature is embedded. Next one, it has a rich set of libraries because of rich set of predefined libraries, right? These are the features of Python. We'll discuss one by one. Python is simple and easy to learn. I already told you Python is a derived, Python is uses programming language C and C++, modular, and other scripting languages, parallel. So we can easily learn, and it has less number of keywords. Okay, a new programmer can easily learn this Python. That is one of the silent features of Python. Second one is freeware, or that is open source. Okay, you need not get any. Suppose you would like to use Python, no need to purchase license for Python. Okay, Python is freeware. That means sorry, it is not open, it is open source. Okay, it is an open source programming language. And one more thing, to use Python, there is no need to get the license from the vendor, right? That is open source freeware. And open source means if you want to contribute, suppose if you feel a module should be there in Python, you can contribute a module for Python. It is an open source software. And one more important thing, it is high level programming language. It is an high level programming language. There are various programming languages: Basic, COBOL, Fortran, Pascal, Ada, Algol, Comal. Okay, these are various high level programming languages. Python is one of the high level programming languages. Okay, and one more point is platform independent. Generally, we use, suppose I have an operating system, I have a machine which uses Unix operating system. If I compile suppose a program is a Python program I wrote on Unix operating system. Suppose I want to use the same program on the Windows. There is no need to make changes. Same program can run on Windows. Why it is possible is because Python has a feature called PVM. PVM stands for Python Virtual Machine. Okay. Whereas certain programming languages are there. When you compile the program or when you run the program under one operating system, if that cannot be run on other operating systems, again you have to recompile it and you have to run it. Whereas Python is, it is an platform independent. Once you write the program, that can be run on any of the any of the operating systems. Okay, it is possible because of PVM. PVM stands for Python Virtual Machine. Okay, it is called platform independent. It is called platform independent. Portability means once you compile the program, once you create the program, it can be run on other platforms. This feature is called, this ability is called portability. This ability is called portability. How we are reaching platform independent? And because of PVM. What is PVM? Python virtual machine. Okay. Python virtual machine. Okay. Oriented. Is it clear so far? Any doubt? First feature is simple and easy to learn because it uses C language code. And one more is it is freeware. So if you want to use Python, there is no need to get the license from the vendor. And that it is open source. If you want to contribute any code in Python, you can contribute. One more is it is an high level programming language. One more is it is platform independent. How you are reaching platform independent? Independent because of PVM. PVM stands for Python Virtual Machine. And one more is portability. Because of this, suppose if I run the program, if I create a program under Unix operating system, same program can be run on different operating system, different platforms without making any changes. No need to recompile it. Okay, this feature is called portability. This feature is called portability. We can port this program on other operating system. Okay, is it clear? Or shall I explain it again? Shall I explain it again?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. Then dynamically typed programming language. What is meant by dynamically typed? I'll tell you. Suppose you have a variable in, you know what a variable is? Suppose I want to define a variable a equals to say 5. Here a is variable and 6 is constant. A is variable and what about 6? 6 is constant. Okay. Suppose the type of the variable is determined during runtime. Actually, if you take C or C or C++, type checking is done during compile time. This is known as static type checking. This is known as static type checking. Whereas in Python, data type of variable is determined during runtime, not at compile time. Here, if you assign a equals to 6, a is integer. Suppose if I say a equals to say Raj. Okay, here Raj is a string variable, right? Raj is a string. In that case, a will be treated as string variable. Data type is determined during the runtime. This is known as dynamically typed. Is it clear? Next one is, I already told you in the last class, Python uses both function-oriented programming language as well as object-oriented programming language features. First, we see what is a function-oriented programming language, right? Actually, in the function-oriented programming language, we have functions or procedures like this. Various procedures are there, right? And we have some global data. Say this is global data. This global data can be accessed by these procedures, right? This approach, we'll call it as function-oriented programming language. Okay. Actually, this will call it as function, right? Function 1, function or procedure. Actually, there is slight difference between function and procedure, right? For the time being, call it as function. Okay. This is function 3. And we have that global data. See, each function has its own local data. Each function has its own local data, but this global data can be shared by these functions. If you adopt this approach, that programming language, we'll call it as function-oriented programming language or procedure-oriented programming language. Okay, is it clear? Actually, we use this approach in C-based languages, that C and C++ is different, right? This is function-oriented programming language. Next, when we are coming to the object-oriented programming language, actually, object-oriented programming language should possess three main features. One is data abstraction, inheritance, Third one is polymorphism. Polymorphism. If a programming language has these three features, we'll call it as object-oriented programming language. What is data abstraction? And one more feature, one second. There is one more feature. Data abstraction and mm, data encapsulation. Okay. If a programming language has these features, we'll call the programming language as object-oriented programming language. I'll give an example. Suppose you are having a car. Okay. You know the driving. You don't know the internal mechanism of the car, right? You don't know the internal mechanism of the car, isn't it? Without knowing the you don't know how the uh, in it flushes the fuel injection is there, how you don't know the internal mechanism. Without knowing the internal mechanism, we are using it. This feature we'll call it as data abstraction. This feature we'll call it as data abstraction. Without knowing the internal interface, if you are using it, that feature is called data abstraction. Okay. Is it clear? If you have any doubt, you can ask me, no problem. What is meant by data abstraction? Without knowing the internal functionality. Suppose one is, Nike is there. You wrote a program which has student data. Each student has roll number, name, and marks in three subjects. What are the operations that we can perform on the student data? We can read the student data. We can calculate his grade. We can this if you consider this data. One second. If you consider this data has members. What are the members in this? Roll number, name, subject 1, subject 2, and subject 3 are the members. What are the operations that we can perform? Reading, calculate grade, and print data. Okay. These are the operations that we can perform on the student data. See, data abstraction means suppose somebody else write a class. I'll tell you what is meant by class and etc. etc. Somebody wrote a class. Without knowing the internal functionality, we can use it. That feature, that ability, we'll call it as data abstraction. That feature we'll call it as data abstraction. Is it clear? Data abstraction is clear or not?
No, sir.
Okay. Again, I'll explain. Suppose I am taking the same example. You have the student data. Each student has roll number, name, and marks in three subjects, isn't it? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Then what are the operations that we can perform on it? We can read the student data. We have to read the roll number, name, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3 marks, isn't it? That is one function, one operation. What is the other operation that we can perform? We can calculate the grade, whether the student got first class, second class, or third class based on the student marks. That operation is there. That we'll call it as calculate grade. After calculating the grade, what we can do? We can print the student data. Okay. What are the student data we can print? We can print roll number, name, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, total, and grade, etc. This data can be printed, right? So these are the operations that we can perform on the data, isn't it? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
See, in function-oriented programming language, members are separate, methods are separate. Okay. Whereas in object-oriented programming language, what we can do? We can create a class consisting of we can wrap up members and methods into a single unit known as class. Okay. This feature we'll call it as data encapsulation. What is meant by data encapsulation? Wrapping up of members and methods into a single unit is known as data encapsulation. Suppose, take example of a bank. Suppose a bank has, if you have an account in a bank, okay, you have your account details, isn't it? A name, bank account number, all branch name, code, etc. IFSC code, etc., etc. All these are members. What are the operations that you can perform on your bank account? You can query the balance, or you can read the data. We can uh, deposit amount, or we can withdraw amount. These are the operations that we can perform on our bank account, isn't it? So in object oriented programming language, what we can do, we can wrapping up of members and methods into a single unit. That process is called data encapsulation, isn't it? Is it clear or not? You should answer me. Otherwise, I'll explain again. No problem. Naik, shall I explain it again?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is this example is clear? You know what members of a class? Class, if you take a student, what are the members of the student? You can take roll number, name, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3. These are called members. Is this clear or not? First one.
Yes, sir. That is clear.
Then what are the operations that we can perform on these student data? We can read the student data. We can calculate the grade. Okay. How to calculate the grade? Compute the total. How to compute the total? Subject 1 plus subject 2 plus subject 3 marks you'll get. Suppose if the you'll compute the average. If average greater than say 60%, greater than or equals to 60%, say first class. Greater than or equals to 50 and less than 60, say second class. Otherwise, say third class. Okay. We can calculate grade like this. Okay. Based on the criteria we use. And what is the third operation that we can perform in this data? After calculating the grade, we can print the data. We can print the data. Okay. Actually, members, roll number, name, subject 1, subject 3, subject 2, subject 3 are called members. And there are various operations that we can perform on the data. What are the operations that we can perform? We can read the student data, we can calculate the grade, we can print data. So wrapping up of members and methods. Okay. And you are making a single thing. Okay. You are wrapping up of members and methods into a single unit. This single unit is known as class. This is a main feature of object oriented programming language. This feature, that is wrapping up of members and methods into a single unit, is known as data encapsulation. Is this clear or not?
Clear, sir.
Sravya, is it clear or? Okay. One more feature is there, inheritance. What is inheritance? Deriving a new class from an existing class is known as inheritance. Again, we discuss each and every point in the object-oriented programming concept, right? Suppose Naik wrote one class. It has certain functions. Say, yeah, there is one function is there, F is there, and G is there. Okay. Suppose Teja would like to extend the same class A. This class A was written by Naik, which has two functions. What are the two functions under F and Z, right? There is another function. Suppose another class is there. Actually, this class was written by Naik, isn't it? This is Naik's class. Okay. And say Teja would like to extend the class because he requires, apart from F and G functions, he requires one more function, say H. Already Naik wrote this class which has the functions F and Z. He need not write it again. What he can do, Teja, what he can do, he can extend the class. He can extend the Naik's class. Okay. By adding class, say Teja, he can extend the class from Naik. Okay, that means in Teja's class, it has from the Nayak's class name is A, say Teja's class name is B. No, he wants both F and G. He need not write the code for methods F and G. Just he'll add one more function H. Okay. Deriving a already an existing class A is there. From A, you are creating a new class B. This feature is known as inheritance. This feature is known as inheritance. What is inheritance? What is inheritance? There is a class called A, right? From which what I am doing? From which what I am doing?
From B, you are
No. From A I am doing. From
yeah.
A, what I am doing?
From A, you are
Creating. Yes,
creating B
right. What is the advantage of doing like this? This feature is
without
known as inheritance. Code reusability. Code reusability is the main feature in inheritance. What is inheritance? Deriving a new class from an existing class is known as inheritance. What is inheritance? Deriving a new class from an existing class is known as inheritance. Old class is called superclass. New class is called subclass. New class is called subclass. Okay. So object oriented programming has a feature called inheritance. Is it clear or not?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. There is one more feature called polymorphism. Actually, the polymorphism means I'll discuss about binding in OOPS concept. Actually, these are the two Greek words, poly and morphism. Poly and morphism. Poly means many. Morphism means forms. Poly means many. Morphism is forms. In object-oriented programming language, we can use polymorphism. I'll explain. Suppose, I mean, I want to write a function for addition of two numbers, right? Say, define add a comma b. I'll explain this in the function concept. For the time being, try to understand the feature. This function adds two numbers, right? Suppose I want to write a function which can add three numbers. How to add and add a, b, c, all right? D equals to a plus b plus c, print d. If you observe this, there are two functions with the same name, isn't it? What is the name of the first function? Add. What is the name of the second function? It is also add. But in the first function, we have two parameters. In the second function, you have three parameters. In the first function, you have two parameters. In the second function, you have three parameters, isn't it? In object-oriented programming language, we can use same function with different parameters. Actually, which is not possible in function-oriented programming language. It is not possible in function-oriented programming language. Suppose while calling it add 10 comma 20, which function will be called? The first function will be called. Okay. Whereas if you pass three parameters, that is add 10, 20, 30, which function will be called?
Second parameter.
Second function, not parameter.
Functions. Okay.
Actually, these are called parameters or arguments, right? The second function will be called, isn't it? So this feature is called polymorphism. Polymorphism. Is it clear? So if you claim, if you'd like to claim a programming language, an object-oriented programming language, it should possess three main features. What are the three main features? Data abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism. Okay. Actually, we achieve data abstraction with the help of data encapsulation. Okay. Data encapsulation. Okay, is it clear? If we take Python, Python has both the features of function oriented programming language and what is the other feature? What is the other one? Object oriented programming language features. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Then next one is interpreted. What is meant by interpreted? Actually, suppose here a value 10, b value. See, it is by Python program, right? I can name this. I already told you a Python program should have an extension .py, right? My Python program, suppose since it is my first Python program, I'm naming it as say first.py. How Python program executes? Python will execute this program line by line. First, it will execute the line number 1, followed by second line, followed by third line, followed by fourth line. Suppose if there is an error at line number say 2, it stops the execution of the program and it terminates, right? This is a, so when you suppose if a language translator is there, the language translator might be compiler or interpreter or both. Okay. Whereas Python uses interpreter. That means Python executes a program line by line, right? This is the meaning of interpreted. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Tell me. Shall I explain it again?
No, sir, continue.
Okay. Then next one is extensible. What is meant by extensible? You can runtime, we can at the time of runtime, we can execute, we can sorry. Suppose some Java code is there. That my Java code, the other language code can be embedded in it, can be used in it. This is known as extensible. This is known as extensible. Okay. Suppose we can use other language programs in Python. This feature is known as extensible. Embedded means we can combine them in one program. This is known as embedded. Okay. Suppose Python, Python code is there, some code is in other language, we can combine them into single program. Okay. This feature is known as embedded. Then Python, when you speak about Python, Python has a rich set of libraries. Almost Python has 10,000 plus modules, right? With the help of these modules, majority of the code, say why everybody is using Python in machine learning means because of this rich set of data analytics we use Python, and machine learning, IoT, on all these applications we can use these libraries. These are the main features of Python. Is it clear? Shall I explain it again? Let us have a quick recap of the features of Python. First function is it is easy to learn, and because it is easy to learn, because it uses the syntax of C programming language, and it is a freeware and open source. You need not purchase any license, and it is a high level programming language. Apart from this, it is platform independent and feature called portability, and types of a variable can be determined during runtime. Next one is it has the features of both function oriented programming language and object oriented programming language features. Python uses interpreter, and it is extensible and embedded. And last but not least, it has a rich set of libraries. Okay. These are the features of Python. Okay. Shall I go to the next topic? Shravya, Easter, Teja, Ganesh. Okay. Next, coming to this, there are various flavors. Those are C Python, J Python. One second. Why internet connection is unstable? Okay. There are various interpreters for Python: C Python, J Python for Java code, and Iron Python for .NET platform, and Ruby Python, Anaconda Python. There are various interpreters for Python. Okay. Next, there are various versions also. That is, latest version is 3.11 or 3.11 or 3.12. I have to check it. Okay. These are the flavors of Python. Now, coming to the identity, suppose in a programming language, you take any of the programming language. Say, now tell me I want to add two numbers and how do you add? Say A value is 10, B value is 5. B value is 5. How do you add and C equals to A plus B. And if I want to print the value, how to print? Print C. Isn't it? Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Actually,
Yes, sir.
here A, B, C, all these are variables. All these are variables. Okay. In Python, sorry, variables, right? Variables, right? In Python, if you want to name a variable, see here I'm using the name A, right? Or suppose Nayak says, sir, I don't want to use an A, I want to use it as, say, first name, first number. Okay. Or other one say, no, say number one, num1. Okay. We can name a variable, we can assign a name to a variable. To name a variable in Python, not only variable, function name or class name, if you want to name a thing, okay, we have to follow certain rules. Those rules are identifier rules. Okay. A name in Python is called identifier. A name in Python is called identifier. What is an identifier? How do you identify with some name? Okay.
Name.
How I'm identifying with your name, isn't it? So also in Python, if you want to identify a thing, you should assign a name to it. To name an identifier, we have to follow certain rules. The first rule says that alphabets and numerals from 0 to 9 and underscore. Okay. Underscore means hold shift and tap hyphen. This character will call it as underscore are to be used while framing an identifier. Okay. What is an identifier? Suppose if you want to name an identifier, what are the permissible characters? We can use alphabets, capital A to capital Z and small a to small z. And we can use numerals from 0 to 9. And we can use a special character. What is that special character? Underscore. It is not hyphen and a. See, a minus b. There minus you are saying it is also called as hyphen, right? See, these are the permissible characters or valid characters while defining an identifier. What are the characters that you can use while defining an identifier? Alphabets from capital A to capital Z and small a to small z, and numerals from 0 to 9, and underscore are to be used while framing an identifier. Second rule says that spaces are not allowed. Spaces are not allowed. Third rule is special characters are not allowed. Fourth rule says that the first character should not be an digit. should not be a digit. Next one is Python identifiers are case sensitive. Next one, keywords cannot be used as identifiers. These 6 rules are sufficient. Okay, we'll discuss. There are 2 categories. I mean, private and strongly private. We'll write what is it? An identifier. An identifier begins with underscore, single underscore, are treated as private, private, an identifier begins with 2 underscores are strongly private. See, in Python, if you want to define a variable, these rules should be followed. What is the first rule? Not only for variables. If you want to define a function name, or you want to define a variable name, or you want to define a class name, or you want to define a module name, okay, or you want to define a constant name, these are the rules you have to follow. The first rule says that alphabets, what are alphabets? Capital A to capital Z and small a to small z. Uppercase and lowercase letters are valid, and numerals from 0 to 9, and only one special character is used. What is that special character? Underscore, are to be used while coining an identifier or while framing an identifier. What are the permissible characters under? Capital A to capital Z, small a to small z, numerals from 0 to 9, and underscore are to be used while framing an identifier. Second rule says that spaces are not allowed. First, I'll tell you an example. We'll discuss one by one with an example. Suppose here I'm defining an emp number. Let's say roll number. Can I define like this? Nike.
Okay, sir.
Is it valid? Is it valid?
No, sir.
Why?
Space.
Spaces are not allowed, right?
Yes. Yes.
One more thing. Uppercase, one rule is there. First correct should be one rule is one more rule is there. Python identifiers are case sensitive. Did I write it? Yeah. Python identifiers are case sensitive. Suppose here I'm defining a variable. Now tell me whether it is valid or not.
No,
Is
sir.
it valid? Why?
You are using a sensitive case.
Yes. No, not sensitive. Other character, that is special
Other
character,
character.
hash.
Special
Right?
hash.
Apart from this, alphabets and numerals. So is it valid?
Not valid.
No. Just I'm telling. I didn't complete.
Yes,
Actually,
sir.
this
It is
why it is
valid.
valid? Why it is valid?
So there is clearly mentioned that underscore are
It
to be
obeys
used
all the
while
rules.
framing. Yes,
Right.
sir.
We cannot use space, but we can use underscore. Right.
Underscore.
Then is it valid?
No, sir.
Valid. Sure.
No, sir, not valid.
Why?
So there is a digit number.
Right. An identifier should not begin with a digit. Right.
Digit.
Right. Now tell me. Here I'm defining 2 variables. You have to tell me both are same or both are different, right? This is one identifier. This is a identifier 2. Both are same or both are different in Python?
Same, sir.
No.
They're different
Oh.
in Python.
Why? Because Python identifiers are case sensitive. Uppercase and lowercase are different, right? Whereas in take basic, it is same. Whereas in C, it is also different, right? That depends upon the language. In Python, suppose if I define a variable like this, this is another variable. Python treat that third identifier as also another variable, right? Then one more thing, certain keywords are there, certain words are there. Every language has certain keywords. Those are having some special meaning, right? One more, two more points I have to cover. Now tell me, is it valid? First I am writing underscore followed by roll number.
Not valid.
Why it is invalid?
Special characters are not allowed. First,
See, there is one special character is there. We can use what that available special character.
Underscore.
Then underscore is valid character.
Yes. So it shouldn't begin with a digit.
Did I cover
That's
that?
it.
An identifier should not begin with a digit, but it may begin
Digit.
with underscore.
Yeah.
Okay. But there is a special category this. If an identifier begins with one underscore, that identifier is treated as
private.
private. Private. It is valid, no doubt. It is valid. I'll discuss public, private, protected, and etc. etc. If an identifier begins with double underscore, it is called strongly private. Okay. There is one more rule. Certain functions in Python, they begin with, say, double underscore. Certain code code is there. These are called magic methods. Remember this. Okay. These are called magic methods. What is a magic method? It is a special method in Python. It should begin with double underscore. It should end with double underscore. The method should begin with not with one underscore and a. It should begin with two underscores and it should end with double underscore. Then we'll call the method as magic methods. Magic method. Okay. Then one more thing. Case sensitive is over. Spaces are other. Special characters are not allowed. Yes. Keywords are there. Is it clear? Is it clear or shall I explain it again? What is the magic method?
It should start with double underscore and end with double underscore.
Right.
Begin with double underscore.
Yeah. It may begin with double underscore and begin with ends with double underscore. We'll call the method as
Magic method.
magic method. Okay. Python has certain magic methods. We'll discuss at the end of part of the Python. Okay. And every language, every programming language, you take any of the programming languages, every programming language has some reserved words or keywords. These words are having some specific meaning. These words can be used in that particular context only, some specific context only. These words can't be used as identifiers. Python has some 32 keywords, 33 keywords or reserved words, say int, float, a string, um, if, else, elif, like this. There are 33 keywords are there in Python. These words can't be used as identifiers. These are having some specific meaning. Okay. In every language has, I'll give an example. What is that? These are the sorry. These are the Python keywords: false, none, true, and, as, asset, async, await, break, class, continue, def, dull, elif, else, except, finally, for, from, global, if, import, in, is, lambda, non-local, not, or, pass, raise, return, try, while. Pardon? Pardon? Okay. These are the keywords in Python, right? Okay. This is about keyword. Suppose I can't define a variable like this. Suppose I want to define a variable true is equal to 0. It won't accept because true is a keyword. Similarly, I don't want to define a variable and equals to 10. It's not accept. It won't accept. So we can't use keywords as identifiers, right? We can't use keywords as identifiers. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then tomorrow I'll start data types. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can ask me.